I'm sure we've all heard of Labubus. If you haven't, this is what they look like. They have these little bunny ears, little face, button nose, I think 9 teeth like this. Some people think that they're demonic. They are inspired off of like ancient Dutch folklore. They're inspired off of, the mythology, little creatures. They're fine. I'm Catholic. Trust me. If there's something satanic about this freak of nature, I would let you know. They're ugly, but they're not. It's not Satan. You're fine. It may have sparked some people's demons just based off of how wild people go for these guys, but no. You're off the hook, buddy. But today I just want to talk about why they're so popular and how this could potentially be problematic. This obsession with Labubu. Dang, these are a lot of guys. Oh my goodness, that was an army right there. I didn't. Anyways, let's carry on. So shout out to Alyssa Bain. Small joys, small comforts, and identity-aligned purchases feel both accessible and meaningful, and in a social media landscape where aesthetics are a form of communication, trinkets become part of how people express emotion, personality, and belonging. On top of that, because modern life is so unpredictable, Gen Z is investing in now rather than saving for things, like mortgages and pensions. I know what you're thinking, so why are grown adults buying Labubus then? You read my mind. Well, King, the psychologist, said the playful objects are a form of emotional repair for many, which evoke feelings of safety, care, and nostalgia, things that might have been missing or cut short in early life. So, I don't want to be mean here, but look, if you're going crazy, you're going batty over a Labubu, you probably have some underlying problems. And I'm not trying to make fun of you. It's an unfortunate situation, and there's nothing wrong with liking something. You want to capture a hobby? Go for it. Do I think it's a little quirky? Yes, I do. But you shouldn't be hated on because you like Labubu. That's not the goal of this video. But my underlying problem with this is that there are grown adults who are just kind of rambunctious over a kid's toy. And you see that with the Pokemon cards. You saw that with the Switch 2, where people are focusing way too much on something that's really not that important. And look, does that affect me? Is that my problem? No. But that can be a problem in the future. Let me explain. Look, back in the 80s, you saw ads for McDonald's or whatever, and they weren't necessarily for kids, but they definitely would appeal. You could see why kids would like to go to McDonald's and stuff like that. And it's not like everything has to appeal to kids. The thing is, not everything has to appeal to adults. Because everything now is pretty much focused on, trying to appeal to the adult audience. And little kids don't really have that much of an option. I mean, Nickelodeon only came out in the 80s, and kids still, they had TV shows to watch, but they weren't really that common. So that raises the thing, which is kids don't have many options, and the few options they do have are kind of being taken by adults. They're being overshadowed. I mean, 58% of toys, one article said that 58% of toys were bought for adults. Now, obviously, all toys are bought by adults for their kids. But 58% of those toys this time were going to the adults themselves, which is interesting to say the least. So in a world where kids don't have that many options, and where the internet is, kind of their main source of entertainment, and frankly, kids really shouldn't be on the internet. There are just so many videos that explain why. I'm not going to get into that. There aren't many options, and the very few options they have, adults are kind of just taking that from them. Now, this video has definitely gotten a little deeper than what I was originally intending it to be, but I think I've emphasized my point onto why I think this is problematic, and it will only get worse. I mean, we've seen this has been happening for around 10 years already. And I'm not trying to dunk on you if you are an adult and you're enjoying hobbies like this. That's not my goal. But I really do think that things can get problematic, and I really do think that we will see more situations like this. Thank you all for watching, and you guys have a fantastic day.